Hey guys, all right, today I have a mat Pilates workout for you. Okay, it has been a while since I posted these. I know the Reformer workouts come up much faster than the mat Pilates workouts do, but I have one for you today that I think you will love. You don't need any props at all, you just need yourself. I'm super excited about this one. I absolutely love it, so I'm hoping that you will love it too. We're gonna hit a little bit of everything and we're gonna dig nice and deep. So, you know, one of the main reasons I love Pilates so much and why I feel like it's a great foundation for everything is because we generate all the movements from the core. So your powerhouse at the center, I'm gonna keep talking about that and I'm gonna keep giving you those core reminders so that as we work, you think about the core and we don't just let that go out the window. Okay, we're always gonna focus on the core and generating our movement from the core so that we're nice and strong from that powerhouse and that all generates out then. Okay, all right, so we're gonna start. Pick one end of your mat. Okay, I am gonna give you directional cues, so please follow along with me because those directional cues are super important that we work one side first. I usually like to tackle one side first so that side kind of gets overtired, right? Burns out a little bit. We really work those muscles till they're exhausted, and then we go on to the other side. Now, you know the second side's always a little bit harder. At that point, your body's fatigued, but I want you to push through and drive with me. Okay, that both sides are always working because, you know, your body is stabilizing. So you've got a stability side, you've got a working side. Everything's working the whole time. All right, so find one end of your mat. Okay, come to that end with me. You're gonna bring your feet just underneath your hips. Okay, so we're standing nice and tall. We're gonna ground all 10 toes, the heel, nice and flat on the floor. Okay, on your inhale, we're gonna bring those arms up and overhead. Nice big inhale, nice long length. On your exhale, you're gonna nod your chin to your chest, rounding your spine from the base of the skull, because that's where the spine starts. And then we're gonna come all the way down, keeping the tailbone heavy. We're gonna walk our hands all the way out to a nice, beautiful plank. Hold it there for just a moment. I want you to connect to your plank. We're not gonna do anything else but walk back up. But I want you to think right here about your plank. Spiral your biceps forward. Okay, so the inside of your elbow is facing more forward than it is inward. Okay, I want you to think about breathing into the back side of your ribs. Okay, and you've got those quads engaged. You've got nice long length through your heels. I'm looking at the mat. I'm not looking up or looking to the side or looking at my toes. I'm looking straight down at the mat. Okay, we're gonna walk those hands one step at a time all the way back to the feet. And we're gonna roll all the way back up one vertebrae at a time. We're gonna inhale those arms up and overhead. That inhale creates that internal length. We're gonna exhale as we nod the chin, rounding from the base of the skull all the way down to the mat. You're gonna walk those hands all the way out. Connect to that beautiful plank. Now this time, we're gonna go for a push-up. So on your exhale, elbows are gonna fold at a 45-degree angle. We're gonna inhale, push all the way back up and walk those hands all the way back to the toes, rolling out of that one vertebrae at a time. Inhale those arms up and overhead. Keep going. Exhale, nod the chin, round the spine, coming all the way in as we scoop the belly button. Walking down, walking those hands one step at a time. Now for this push-up, first connect to that plank. Fingers are nice and wide. Biceps are spiraled forward. If you need to come to your knees, you would fold at the knees right here. Let them connect with the mat. Go for your push-up. Press it back up. Pop those knees off the floor and walk all the way up. Good, rolling out of that one vertebrae at a time. Let's go two more. Inhale those arms up and overhead. Exhale, nod the chin, round the spine, coming all the way down to the mat. Walk those hands all the way out. Connect to your plank before you go for that push-up. Exhale, you're on your knees or your toes. Press up. Walk your hands all the way back. Round and roll up out of that. One more. Inhale. Exhale, nod the chin, round the spine. Come all the way down to your mat. Walking out. Connecting to our plank, knees or toes, go for that push-up, press it back up, and you're gonna walk your hands all the way back to that start position and round and roll all the way up. Now, we're gonna take this into a flamingo walkout. So we're gonna keep the left foot on the ground. Let's bring our legs into a closed parallel position. So no light between the inner thighs. We're gonna bend that right knee. Okay, so the inside of my right foot is up against the left knee. Okay, so right away, we're connecting to that midline to find balance. My hips are level. My hands are gonna come into prayer. Okay, and we're gonna find a squat, a single leg squat. So with my left sitting bone, the leg on the floor, we're gonna reach that left sitting bone back, bending the left knee. I'm finding a single leg squat, pressing my palms together to activate that midline. And then from here, I'm gonna fold over. Let your right leg go back. I have a mirror here in my way, but let your right leg go back and walk all the way out, not letting that right leg come to the floor. That right knee is gonna pull into the chest, and we're gonna round the spine and look at the knee. We're gonna send that right leg back, and we're gonna allow the left knee to bend as we walk all the way back up, standing on that left leg. Find prayer, bring the right side of the right inner line of the foot to the knee, bend that left leg. So the whole time, my right foot has not touched the floor. Folding over, bring the hands to the mat. Walk yourself all the way out to that plank, single leg plank. Draw the right knee into the chest, round the spine, curl into it. Send that right leg all the way back out, and then allow that left knee to bend as we inch all the way back up to a standing position. Right foot is still off the ground. Of course, if you need it as a kickstand, it can always touch. Find that single leg squat. Press your palms together. Activate that upper body. Broaden the collarbone. We're gonna fold over, find the mat, walk ourselves all the way out, find that nice single leg plank, draw the right knee into the chest, round the spine. Inhale, take it all the way back out. Whew, bend that left knee, walk it all the way back. We got one more on this side, coming all the way up, finding that balance. Bend at the left knee, find that single leg squat. Fold over, bring your hands to the mat. Walk yourself all the way out to that single leg plank. Hold. Draw the right knee into the chest. Hold. Send the right leg back. Walk yourself all the way back. And come all the way up to a standing position. Whew. Okay, right leg down. We're going to do the other side right away, because we're not going to come back to this. We've got 3 big sequences today. So instead of going through the whole routine, we're dividing it a little. Okay, so right here, same thing. Inside of my left foot against that right knee, pressing my palms together, reaching the collarbone wide, opens the chest. Okay, we're going to bend that right knee. Hopefully you can see it a little better since the right leg is near the camera. Okay, now we're gonna fold over. Let that left leg go back. I know I have a mirror in my way. Only have so much length right here. Walk yourself all the way out. Connect to that single leg plank. Draw the left knee into the chest, round the spine. Send that left leg back out and walk back up, bending that right leg. Coming all the way up, woo, nice and slow, connecting to that midline. Find that single leg squat on that right leg, hold. Fold over to the floor, let that left leg go back. Walk yourself all the way out, connect to your plank, draw the left knee in. Inhale, send it out, bend that right leg. And we're coming all the way back up. We've got 2 more. Woo, finding that balance. Again, if you need that kickstand, don't be afraid to set those left toes down for a second. Bend that right knee. Good, fold over. Good, remember this is your workout. I want you to do what works for you. Listen to your body, take it slow. Exhale, round that spine, curl that left knee in. Send it back out. Whew, with intention, every piece of this movement. I know it's a lot. I know it's pretty complex. Hold. Oh, I gotta stop talking and find my balance. Bend that right knee. Hold. Right? So with intention, I hit this squat. Now I'm gonna fold over and place my hands on the floor with intention. I'm gonna walk all the way out. I mean to do this, all right? So I want you to actually think about what you're doing. Left leg is long with a pointed toe. Draw the left knee into the chest, round that spine, active pull. Send that left leg back and bend the right knee. Walk those hands back, right? And come all the way back up, connect to that flamingo, and set that left foot down. Woo, my heart rate got up there. I hope yours did too. All right, we're gonna take one more walk out, but both feet on the floor. Okay, so right here, inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, nod the chin round the spine. Both feet are on the floor. This is a relief, right? Walk those hands all the way back out. and connect to your plank. Now, right here, I want you to spread your feet apart so that they're hip width. Okay, fingertips are spread nice and wide. We're gonna rotate here into a side plank. So keeping my left palm on the floor, I'm gonna spiral and open up to the right, bringing the right arm up and overhead. My feet just swivel with me. Okay, I'm gonna come all the way back through center, and I'm gonna keep the right hand on the floor as I pick up the left. Open up that chest. Now, I'm gonna come back through center, and I'm gonna pause here for a second because I'm gonna bend both knees, and I'm gonna come into a pounce. My knees are gonna be just 1 inch off the floor. I'm pushing away from my wrists, opening and lengthening out of the back. Come all the way back to your plank. Open up to the right. Bring the right arm up and over. Good. All the way back down through center. Let's do the left side. Rotate to the left. Good. Coming all the way back through center. Now we find that pounce. Keep your palms where they are. Push away. Knees are close to the floor. Hips are level. Come all the way back out. Nice long plank. Rotate, open up to the right. Whew, lots of time to think about these moves today. Rotate to the left. I want you to think about every piece. My right hand is under that shoulder. Good, my bicep is always in front of my ear, so I'm not over rotating and opening up the ribs. Press back through center. Find that pounce. Inhale back for that long length. Last time, we're gonna open up to the right. Bring that right arm up and over the shoulder. Good, come all the way back through center. Open up to the left. Whew. Come all the way back through center. Right here, you're gonna find that beautiful pounce. Press away. Inhale, lengthen back out. Now hold. Right from here, we're gonna find a walking plank. So we're gonna come down to our forearms, okay, and we're gonna come back up. And we're gonna bring it down to the forearm. So I want you to alternate your arms. Alternate your leading arm. So right here, I'm gonna step down with my right, down with my left. Up with my left, up with my right. Step down with my left, down with my right. Up with my right, up with my left. Just keep alternating like that. We wanna watch how much the body wiggles. Okay, keep that nice strong plank active. Whew. Here we go, 2 more. Down, down, up, up. Good. Down, down, up, up. Last time we're gonna come down to the forearms and stay right there. Okay, now from here, my right knee is gonna pull in towards my right elbow. I wanna try to tap my elbow and then send the right knee back out. Left knee pulls in towards the left elbow. Try to tap it and then bring it back. Okay, you're coming as far as you can. If you can tap, great. It's a deep knee pull. Okay, that leg is opening up a little bit to the side. Whew. Hold on, these are deep and intense moves. Hang on with me, okay? We're gonna get through it together. You got 4 more pulls. 4, tap that elbow, take it out. Whew, last 3. Okay, here we go. Last 2. And this is your last pull right here. Pull. Whew, send it all the way out. Now, 1 time, you're gonna step up to your palms. So up on my left, up on my right. Hold. Okay, your left hand is gonna come right to center, and we're gonna open up to the right. Okay, now, right from here, I promise you we're not planking all of class. Your left foot's gonna stay where you're at, and if your right foot can stack on top, fantastic. If not, okay, I want you to bend your bottom knee so you have the support of the bottom leg. Okay, so this, you're either here or here, which is gonna be your most aggressive option. Okay, right here, right leg, the top leg, is gonna open and close. Point and lift, flex and lower. Point and lift, flex and lower. Little star. 4. Whew. Last 3. These heat up fast. Last 2. Stay with me. Stay with me. Last 1. Whew. Come all the way back through center. Pause in your plank, okay? Let's just reconnect to that plank for a second. Roll those shoulders down and back. Breathe into the middle of the body. Pull that belly button up and in. Good, you're here for 6, 5, 4. Last 3, we're gonna go to the other side. Last 2, take your right hand to the center, open up to the left. Okay, now right here, you're gonna stack your feet if you can. Okay, if that's not working today, you're gonna bend that bottom right knee so you've got the support of the bottom leg. Okay, so either one, find your position. Now from here, we're gonna point up, flex down. Point and lift, flex and lower. Whoo, hang on. We got 6. Last 5. You've got 4. All toes are pointed forward. Last 3. You've got 2. And last 1. Whew. Come all the way back through center. Don't just fall on the floor. And bring your knees all the way down. Sit back into child's pose for just a second. We're going to pop into this plank to move on to the next move, but we're not going to stay in plank. Okay, so right from here, we're going to come back forward, find your plank position. My right foot is going to come forward to the outside of my right hand. So now I'm in a runner's lunge. Okay, nice and deep. Both hands are on the inside of my right leg. Okay, now from here, I'm going to find some thoracic rotation. So my right arm is going to spiral up towards the ceiling. I'm going to look up at my right fingertips, and I'm going to bring it all the way back down. Good. 3 more. Inhale, open up and twist towards your inner thigh, towards that right leg, and come all the way back down. Last 2. Open up and twist. Whew. Little active recovery right here. Last 1, open up and twist. Good, now bring it all the way down. Now stay here, but you're gonna drag that back leg in. So we're gonna set the knee down and we're gonna pull it in under the hip. Okay, so now we're in a staggered kneeling position. And I think my mat keeps twisting, so I'm gonna fix that before we go on. Okay, so now you're in a staggered kneel. Right from here, we're gonna turn those back toes under. Those are your left toes. They're gonna turn under, okay? We're gonna bring our hands to prayer. Now right away, that prayer is to activate the midline and for you to keep that centered connection. I want you to think about level hips the whole time we do this and a nice solid grounding through your front foot, which is your right foot, okay? Press that into the floor. From here, we're gonna hover. So we're gonna, on our inhale, we're gonna squeeze our inner thighs up along the spine, hold that little hover, and set it down, nice and soft. Inhale, press the palms, press it up, sternum over pubic bone, we're nice and tall, and bring it down. Good, it's a little hover hold. It's small. My bottom knee is coming maybe 2 inches off the floor. You wanna keep it nice and low, press into your front heel. That right heel is heavy. And set it down. Good, you've got 2 more. Press it up and set it down. Whew. Last 1, press it up and set it down. Now on your next one, we're gonna bring those arms up into a wide V. Make sure your arms are in your peripheral vision, palms are facing in, arms are making a V. Right from here, we're gonna hover and hold. So on your inhale, pull those inner thighs up along the spine. Just hold for 8, 7, 6, press your front heel heavy. 4, 3, 2. Now right from here, we're gonna go all the way up, straighten both legs, bend both legs to a hover. All the way up, squeeze those inner thighs, and down. So those inner thighs lead up into the pelvic floor, which then lead up along the spine into the psoas. Okay, and your psoas runs all the way up to the middle of your spine. T6 is the connection point right there. So the core is really working hard here to pull you up and into this position. Pull that belly button up and in as you go. Think about reaching the right sitting bone away from the right knee. We've got 4 more. Good. Back heel is lifted. You've got that front foot really flat. Whew. Here we go. Last 2. Stay with me. Good. And last 1. Whew. Now, we are going to bend those knees, okay? So right from here, we're going to bend, and you're going to swivel to your left to come into a plie. Okay, so now my back is to you. So I'm going to turn around, but you stay how you are. Okay, you're in a plie right here. Both arms are gonna pull down into a deep W position, okay? From here, we're gonna do a little knee circle lift. So this is a little bit more aggressive than what we've already been doing. You're gonna shift your weight. So into the left, pick up the right knee and circle it around, come back to your plie. Into the right, circle your left knee, come back to plie. Pulling up with the core, that draws the knee up and around. Okay, I want you to think of that active pull coming all the way up from that psoas to take the leg up. We're not just driving the knee. Okay, there's a big weight shift here. Okay, so your heart rate's gonna pick up a little bit. I want you to think about drawing a big of circle as you can with that right leg. Good, now that left leg. Whew, alternating sides, finding that deep plie through center every time. Right, we look like we're about to attack something here, right? In this position. Good, hang on. We got 4 more. This is gonna take us into a deep plie sequence. Last 2. Whew. Last 1, hold your plie. Okay, right from here. Arms are gonna come up and overhead. Biceps are running just in front of the ear. Sink a little lower into your plie. We're gonna go around the world, starting to the right. So, on your inhale, I want you to think about lifting up out of the pelvis, arcing to the right, and rounding and rolling through center to the left, and coming all the way back up. Now we switch directions. We lift out of the pelvis, ribs lift out of the pelvis to the left. Round and roll through center, all the way to the right and back up through the middle. Good, now as you do this, the pelvis remains quiet. Your plie is isometric. Good, we're finding mobility from the waistline up. Inhale, up and over. Round and roll through center. You wanna maintain as much length as you can on the body through all parts of this circle. Even as you round through the front, keep length on that front body. Good, inhale up and over to the left. This is your last one. Round and roll it through center. Come all the way up. Stay in your plie. Bring your palms to prayer. Let's press them again back, right to find that midline. Okay, from here, we're gonna peel those heels. My right heel's gonna lift. I'm gonna set it down. My left heel. Okay, so I'm lifting pretty high today. Okay, we're looking for lots of mobility through the ankle. I'm trying to open up the front side of the ankle as much as possible. This is working on that gait or that walk and that stride. Whew. Good, and we're also actively letting that heart rate come down a little bit. Press the palms together to activate that upper body and that mid back. Whew. All right, now right from here, you're gonna start to pass those heels mid-air. So as the right starts to lower, the left is already lifting and vice versa. Okay, they're going together. Good, one starts to lower, the other starts to lift, and we're maintaining, we're not rocking and rolling those hips. Okay, this is not a hula. We want to stay nice and steady. It's a job of the core to stabilize that pelvis. We're recruiting the inner thigh to pick up those heels. Okay, whew. You want to make sure those knees are just in front of the ankle, okay, but behind your toes. A common thing I see with plies is that the knees are tracking way in front of your toes. So make sure your stance is wide enough. Okay, hold on, 4. Whew, last 3. We're gonna be holding this, last 2. Okay, on your next one, when that right heel is lifted, hold it there. Pulse your plie. So my left foot is flat, my right heel is lifted nice and high like I'm in a stiletto. Good, inner thighs are opening and I'm thinking about the narrowing of my sitting bones. Okay, and the funneling of the inner thighs up into the pelvic floor on my lift. Good, belly button's pulled up and in, shoulders are down and back, my chest is open, sternum over pubic bone, we're not tilting. Okay, we're here for 6, whoo, 5, last 4. You've got 3, last 2. Hold it right here, nice and low, set the right heel down with intention, press the heel into the floor, pick up your left heel, hold, pulse, same little pulse, same little lift and lower, narrowing of the inner thighs into the pelvic floor. Good, narrowing of the sitting bones. Good, hold it here. Press those palms together. Hang on. 8, 7, good. 6, 5, think about your movement. 4, good. Last 3, whew. Last 2. All right, right from here. Both heels are gonna go up, both are gonna go down together. Both go up and down. Try not to let the ankle roll. Okay, this is when everything starts to get tired. That wants to start to happen. I'm gonna change my stance a little bit. Up and down, good. 4, last 3, whew, last 2. On your next one, okay, right here, you're gonna hold the heels lifted. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna pulse right here. So you have a grounding through the ball of your foot, base of the big toe, base of the pinky toe, they're connected, right? Inner thighs are open. We're thinking about the narrowing of the inner thighs. Up and in, woo, I'm rolling backwards. Hang on, 6, 5, 4, whoo, last 3, last 2, one last layer here, guys. On the next one, set both heels down, stay low. Okay, bring your arms back and overhead. We're gonna hop. Okay, so we're gonna start, arms are gonna come long, and then to hop, we're gonna bring the arms up and back down. Up and back down. So that was a ton of holding, a ton of small movement. Now we're asking for big movement and power. I don't always do this in Pilates, but I like to throw it in sometimes because it really challenges the body and those muscles. Whoo! All right, hang on. 6, 5, deep plie every time. 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Whoo, and come all the way up. Okay, we're gonna find one more plie, but that's just to get to our runner's lunge, all right? So we're gonna plie, both knees bend, okay? This time we want the left foot forward. So I'm gonna face that way again because I turned around, but you're gonna rotate left foot forward, find your runner's lunge. So hands come down to the inside of that left foot. Whew, okay. Opening up that right hip, that right psoas. My left knee is tracking in front of my ankle, but it's between my big toe and my second toe. That kneecap aligns right there. Both hands are on the floor, and from here we're gonna find that thoracic rotation. So on your inhale, you're gonna pick that left arm up and rotate towards that left inner thigh and bring it all the way back down. Whew. Inhale, bring it up and twist. Bring it back down. 2 more just like that. This is gonna take us into those hovers, those little staggered kneeling position. Last one, big inhale. Exhale, bring it back down. Now that back knee, we're gonna bend it and drag it under the hip, okay? So now I can lift my chest. All right, right from here. Whew, breathe. We're gonna breathe for a second. My right knee is under my hip. Okay, you can have those toes flat to start, but you're gonna wanna tuck those toes under, turn them under, because we're gonna need the support of the back leg. Front leg, that same alignment matters here. Foot is flat. Heel is heavier than your toes throughout all of this. Knee tracks in front of the ankle, but behind the toes, and the kneecap aligns right between big toe and second toe. So look for that alignment. We're gonna think about those inner thighs pulling up and into the midline. Okay, hands to prayer. Here we go. We're gonna start with that little hover. It's an inhale and a squeeze of the upper inner thighs. Woo, level out the pelvis and bring it down. Inhale, lift, and then lower. So it's a little pause at the top. We're here for 3, 2, lower it down, little pause at the top, squeeze. So I want you to think about the narrowing of those inner thighs. Okay, we're staying lifted with the chest. This is a hard movement to find the right, those right muscles to pull yourself up and use that core, right? We don't want the back leg to take over. We don't want only the legs and the quads working. Whew, they're all working. They like to work hard. Those are big muscles, the quads, the glute, okay? But I want you to think about those upper inner thighs that lead into that psoas. Good, we're here for 4. Whew, last 3. You've got this. Last 2. You're actively setting that knee down, okay? Last 1. Set it down. Now those arms are gonna come up into that wide V. Make sure those arms are in your peripheral vision, okay? We're gonna find one hover. So on your inhale, pull up and in, hold. My back knee is only 2 inches off the floor. Hold that there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, go all the way up. Whoo, and all the way down, hover. We're not tapping the floor anymore, okay? It's just an up and down. You're finding the hover, and then we're straightening both legs. Whoo, pull that belly button up and in. Good, hang on. You guys, I told you we're gonna dig deep today. I wasn't kidding. I was not kidding. Good, you guys, hang on. Let's go for 4. Whoo, last 3. You've got this. Last 2. And last 1. And come all the way back to center. Oh my gosh. Okay. We got some curtsying to do. All right. You're in your last of the 3 segments. Okay. So here we go. Those feet are going to start underneath the hips. We're going to start with that left foot. Okay. Left foot's going to stay put. My right leg's going to work. So I'm going to bring my hands to prayer to start. Okay. And my right leg's gonna step back. We're gonna find a curtsy. So I'm gonna step across the midline. My right knee is gonna track behind my left heel, but I have a big enough step that the front knee stays behind my toes, okay? Chest stays tall. Come back up, tap to the side. Find your curtsy and tap. Okay, now you keep doing this. I may stop again in that curtsy to talk a little bit more about form because it's really important here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a side view. As I curtsy, notice the space between my knee and my heel. I've got a big enough stance to keep that left knee behind the toes. We don't want it here, okay? Not for this, not today. And we want that kneecap to still track with big toe, second toe. And I want you to stay tall with your chest. Your hips are gonna stay level. And then we're gonna come back up, okay? So keep going, that little tap out to the side. We've got 4. We're gonna take this into a kick. Last 3. So I think I'm gonna move a little bit more away from my bar. Last 2. All right, so instead of that toe tap, you know you can stay at the toe tap if you need to, but otherwise, we're gonna bat ma and come back to your curtsy. Bat ma, arms open up to a T. So it's that little kick. I'm not looking for a huge bar type kick here, okay? Still doing Pilates. I still want you to keep the core connected, all right? It's very much bar inspired. Okay, the heart rate's gonna pick up a little bit here. I want you to find that beautiful form on the curtsy every time. If you need to go back to that toe tap, you can do that, okay? 6. Whew, last 5. Good, you've got 4. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. You can hear my breath, right? On the next one, hold your curtsy. Hold it. Your front heel, which is your left heel, okay, it's gonna go up 1 inch and down. Up and down, little lift and lower. This is it, stay with me. Not too many layers here. Press those palms together, 6. Whoo, 5. Good, 4. Draw that belly button up and in. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. On the next one, hold your heel lifted. Hold it. Press those palms together, pulse it. Pulse your whole curtsy. I want you to think about your left sitting bone, the left glute, right where the hamstring meets the glute. Pulse from right there for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2. Set your heel down and come all the way up. Woo! We're gonna turn to the right, come down to your hands and knees, okay? We're gonna do a little hydrant work with that left leg. So left leg gets to work right now. Whew, okay. Wrists under shoulders. Spread those fingers out nice and wide. Knees are under your hips. I've got separation between my knees because they are under my hips. My left leg is gonna come up, bent lateral lift, little hydrant, and back down. Whoo, up and down. That's it, nice and simple. Let the heart rate come down here. Whoo, I don't want you to dump all of your weight into that right side here. So I know you're getting tired. I want you to level out the pelvis. I am too, right? You can hear me. But we're gonna work through each piece of this together so that we do it with good form and we dig deep and we find that core. Every movement with intention today, okay? Heavy left palm, heavy right shin or right knee. Hold on to it for 4. Whoo. Last 3. Good. Last 2. Ankle and knee lift together. They lift at the same height. On your next one, you're gonna hold the knee up there. And now we're gonna drop down to our forearms. Keep the knee lifted. Okay, on your forearms, circle that knee out and around. Out and around. Out and around. Big circle with your kneecap. Draw a circle with that kneecap. Don't worry which direction you're going because we're gonna go both ways. You've got 2. Whoo, keep the pelvis quiet as you circle. Now on your next one, switch the direction of your circle. Switch the direction. Whoo, oh my goodness. These are tough as it is. My right leg is shaking, the one on the floor. Keep that circle big, keep the pelvis quiet. You're finding tons of mobility of that femur bone, the top of the thigh, in that hip. You've got 2 more. Whoo, last one. And bring it all the way down. Oh my goodness. Okay, you're gonna find one plank, okay? So wrists under shoulders. Step the right foot back, step the left foot back. Okay, now right from here, we're gonna find down dog. So you're gonna press on your exhale. You're gonna press away from your wrist. You're gonna lift with the low belly up into down dog. Now my biceps frame my ears. I'm gonna step my feet close together. Okay, so I've got a narrow stance, no light shining between my thighs. I'm gonna pick my left leg up. So I'm gonna raise that left leg all the way up, but I'm gonna keep lots of length in my low back. Now from here, I'm gonna bend my left knee. Bend that knee, hold. Now you're gonna open up your left hip. Open it up, let the left heel fall towards the right glute. Okay, open up that hip. So I'm a little bit twisted. My shoulder girdle doesn't twist. Okay, but I'm opening up from the waistline down. 4, 3, 2. Square off your hips, so bring them back. Keep the knee bent, but let's draw those knee circles again. So big circles from the top of the thigh bone, okay, all the way where that leg connects to the hip. 3 more this direction. Whoo, big movement right here. And now go the other way. Switch the direction of your circle. Good, hold that down dog. I know that right leg is getting tired too. You've got 3. Last 2. And last 1. Take the left leg up and back. And now you're gonna pull that left knee into the chest. We're gonna come into a plank, pull the knee in. Take the left knee back, find down dog. Pull the left knee in, find plank, single leg plank. Let the left leg go up and back, find down dog. 2 more. Pull it in, send it up and back, single leg. Good, and then all the way back in. Whew, and send it back. Now you're gonna pull your left leg all the way through to pigeon. Let the left knee bend between the palms. Inner thigh shines up. Okay, palms stay down. And you let that right quad face the floor. Right toes are down, left inner thigh up. Okay, so I'm gonna try to bring that left hip to the floor. Now I'm gonna fold down. You can stay on your palms, but I want you to get a stretch here. So if you feel like you can go deeper, I want you to fold down to your forearms and let the chest come down to that left inner thigh. Whew, and just hold pigeon right here for 4. We're moving on to mermaid in 3, last 2. Good, and you should feel a nice stretch through the back of that left hip. Come back to your palms, okay? Now I'm gonna turn to my left. So I'm gonna turn towards my bent leg and let the right knee bend behind me. So my left leg is still bent in front, just like it was for pigeon, and my right leg is bent behind me. So I'm in mermaid, okay? Palms to prayer again. This is gonna help us find our midline. Whew. Roll those shoulders down and back, broaden the collarbone, pull the belly button up and in. We've got that nice tall spine, okay? My left hip is connected to the floor, but my right hip is not. So we're gonna work with this right side. Palms are gonna press. We're gonna pick up the right knee and the right ankle. So trying to stay upright, pick up just an inch, half an inch off the floor. And now you're gonna sweep the right leg forward, keep the knee bent, but tap your right sitting bone on the floor. So it was up here, right? My right sitting bone is off the floor when I circled the leg around, but then I actively leveled the pelvis to tap the sitting bone. Now I'm gonna actively pick up the pelvis and circle the leg back. Tap. Pick it up, circle it around, tap. Lift, circle it around, tap. Good, so you're tapping the inner side of the knee and the sitting bone. Those are the two places you're tapping. We're finding lots of mobility through that hip. Now, this is a very difficult position, and for many, it's not a very doable position. So if you're struggling right here, and you're just finding that you don't have enough range of motion, get a yoga block and stick it underneath your left hip, your left booty, your left sitting bone. That'll give you height and give you more room for clearance. Okay, you can also, instead of being in prayer, take your hands down to the floor, which is tilting you, right? You're leaning over. That's also going to give you more range of motion. Okay, but I want you to come up to tap the sitting bone. So either way, those are some options there if you're struggling in this position. We've got 4. I know you've been here quite a bit. Last 3. Whew. I'll try to talk just as much on the other side. Right? That's the downfall of Pilates teachers. We just talk so much. There's so much to say. There's so much we want you to think about. Okay, on your next one, you're going to circle it back and you're going to tap that knee. Now stay here. We're just going to lift and lower. Ankle with the knee. So the whole leg, it's a little lift and a little lower. A little lift and a little lower. And I don't even know if you can see it on camera. I'm trying to see if I can see it. But it's teeny tiny. It's teeny tiny, okay? Again, there's bone here, okay? You're not going to be able to lift past that bone. So the range of motion is going to be really small. You've got 4. Whew, last 3. Good, you've got 2. On your next one, I want you to hold your lift. Flex your foot. Flex your right foot a lot. Now you're going to press your right heel back, and notice how my right hip opened up? And then I bring it forward. I press it back like I'm stamping my foot on the wall behind me, okay? I'm trying to stay tall and upright at the same time. If you need to come here, you can. But I also want you to think about or feel how the glute max, the center of that glute, becomes connected, or activates, contracts when we get that front hip open and that heel all the way back. It's important you're flexing your foot here. You've got 4. Whew. Last 3. Last 2, and last 1, and bring it all the way down. Whew. Okay, flip onto your back. So you're just going to turn to the right, flip onto your back, lay all the way down. Okay, my left foot is going to stay down for this. We're going to get more hip work. Lots of hip mobility today. So arms are going to come along by your side. You're going to find one bridge. So setting both feet flat on the floor, we're going to inhale as we press into our soles of our feet and lift those hips up towards the ceiling. Now, you're not overarching your low back. You want to keep the low back nice and flat. You're leveling out the front of the body, opening up the front of the hips, okay? Ribs stay stacked over your pelvis. So I don't want to be here because now my rib cage is starting to flare and I'm overarching my low back, which is shortening and it's hurting. So I want to come to a nice neutral position. Okay, right from here, we're going to extend the right leg. So this is why I wanted your arms down today for support. Keep your pelvis quiet. Extend the right leg up and out. My knees are at the same height. Now from here, keeping my bridge lifted, I'm going to bend my right knee and I'm going to lace my right leg under my left. Don't let your bridge drop, but let your right knee and right shin touch the ground. My right inner thigh is shining up towards the ceiling. So I'm opening up the front of the right hip. Big stretch right here. Good. Stay there, keep your bridge, and come all the way back to that leg being extended and long off the hip. Don't drop your bridge. Bend the right knee. Lace it under that window on the left. Keep your hips lifted. Keep that left knee shining straight forward. My right shin is on the floor. Come all the way back and out to that extended position. 2 more. Bend the right knee. Lace it under that window on the left. Little thread the needle. Good. And bring it all the way up and out. So I'm getting a little twist. At the same time, bend. Thread the needle. Set that leg down. Good. And then bring it all the way back up and out. And set your bridge all the way down on the floor. Okay, we're going to get deeper into the abs right here. We're getting really close, guys. Okay, so bring those legs up into tabletop. Knees are going to be separated. I'm going to bring my palms to my quads. Okay, so top of my thigh. Now, right from here, I'm going to flex both feet. Okay, so both feet are flexed. Now, I'm also going to start pressing into my quads. Make sure your spine is neutral, your tailbone is heavy. Belly button's in, ribs are closed. Press on your quads really hard, okay? You should feel your right and left waistline light up. Those transverse abdominal muscles just click right on. Now we're gonna also take an ab curl. So on your exhale, keep pressing, you're gonna curl your head, neck, and shoulders off the floor. Hold, keep pressing as hard as you can. Your arms should be contracting. You should see those muscles start to show through the upper body. Press, 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 press. You should start to shake. Okay, we're actively creating that own resistance in our body. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and set it all the way down. Whew, we wanted the core to know what's coming, so here we go. We're going to get deeper. It's ready now. It's really ready. Hands are going to come behind the head. We're going to cradle the skull. Thumbs are going to run long down the back of your neck, but your fingers are going to make a little hammock for your head, okay? Now, right from here, elbows are going to stay wide. We're just going to find a simple ab curl, and I just love this so much because I want you to really focus on every piece of this movement. Tailbone is heavy. Ribs are closed. Knees are bent. Feet are flat. On your exhale, you're going to curl, tractioning the skull, which means pulling the skull out and back. So there's space between my chin and chest. I'm not yanking on my head. I'm holding it. Okay, my elbows are wide and my core is active. I've got lots of space between my belly button and pubic bone, so I'm keeping length on the front body. Inhale as you release it. Exhale, traction the skull, lift it out and back. Nice deep focus on this ab curl. So often we race through ab curls. We don't think about what we're doing. We don't think about the yanking on the neck. We don't think about the shortening of the front of the body. There's no length. Inhale, lengthen and lift. So when you do that, only part of the core gets to really work. You're not getting it all, right? This intentional movement, where we breathe, how we breathe, all the tractioning, the lengthening, all of that makes such a difference. Let's go for 4 more. Exhale, traction curl. Keep the traction as you inhale and take it down. Last 3. Exhale. Inhale, release. We're going to get deeper. Last 2. Good, and 1 more, just like that. Nice, simple movement, but deep, right? Really deep. Okay, on your next, we're gonna start to add some twisting. So we're gonna take that beautiful ab curl. So here we go. Exhale, curl it up, hold. Now, we're gonna rotate. I want you to think shoulder to left inner thigh. So you're gonna rotate, hold. My right hand is gonna release from the back of my head, and I'm gonna karate chop to the outside of my left thigh. Bring it back, come back through center, put it down. Same side. Curl through center. Twist to the left. Karate chop. Outside of the left thigh. Bring it back. Center. And down. So lots of time under tension here. You're probably like, oh my gosh, why so many steps? Because I want you to hold this position that long. That's why. That's why so many steps. Curl. So it's choreography, right? To keep your mind off the fact that we're holding our abdominals in a contraction for quite a long time. Okay, you're gonna start to feel them burn here, especially with this twist, right? Karate chop, bring it back, back through center, release, exhale, curl. Just think about every piece of the movement. I don't want you to think about the count, how many more do we have? I want you to think about, with every step of this, am I moving with intention? Exhale, twist, ribs, my ribs are twisting. Karate chop, bring it back, untwist, and down. Let's go 3 more. Curl it up, twist, karate chop, bring it back, untwist, and down. 2 more. Curl, twist, karate chop, bring the hand back, untwist, and uncurl. Last one. Curl, twist, karate chop. We have 2 sides though, right? Come back through center and bring it down. Whoo, okay. Right through center, we're going to find that quad activation again. So take your hands away from your head. Bring your legs back up into tabletop before we take the other side. Bring your hands back to your quads. I want you to flex your feet. Press into your quads already. Now curl. Draw the head, neck, and shoulders up. Hold. 8. Press, press, press. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it down. Feet back down. Whew, okay, hands behind the head. Here we go. Other side. Other side. We're going to curl. We're going to twist. Think left shoulder to right inner thigh. Karate chop with your left hand. Bring it back. Come back through center. Release. It's a curl through center. It's a twist to the right. It's a karate chop with your left hand. Bring it back. Untwist and down. Curl. Twist, karate chop, back, uncurl, or untwist, uncurl. Lift. I misspoke. I don't want you to get out of it too fast. Good. Every piece, every step, right? The ab curl, the twist, the karate chop, taking the karate chop away, taking the twist away, taking the curl away. Good. 4 more. Curl, twist, karate chop, bring it back, back to center, and down. Last 3, curl, twist to the right, karate chop, bring it back, bring it to center, and down. Oh my gosh. Last 2, right? The abs are burning. Ignore them. Ignore them. Think about your movement here, every step. Whoo. Last one, best one. Curl, twist, karate chop, bring the hand back, untwist, uncurl. Whoo, and take your legs long and your arms long, wall to wall. I like the long supine stretch here rather than pulling my knees in because that length on the front body just feels so good. All right, you guys, here we go. Moving on to that bridge, so stay on your back. This time your right foot will stay down. Arms are long by your side. Those hips are going to lift. So 1 lift on your inhale, draw them up, hold. Both heels are heavy in the floor. Now, we're going to think about an internal weight shift. My hips are not going to change. We're not going to dump into the right side, but it's an internal weight shift so that I can now lift my left leg off the floor. Okay, hold your bridge. Bend your left knee. Lace your left leg under the window on the right. Set your left knee down on the floor. Okay, so see how open I am here? My right booty is still off the floor, but my left is touching slightly. Okay, unlace the leg, keep your bridge lifted, lengthen out. Bend your left knee. Lace that leg under the window on the right, which means my left inner thigh is opening towards the ceiling. And then bring it all the way back up and out. 2 more. Bend the left knee. Lace it under the window. Open it up, set it down. Good. Keep that bridge lifted the whole time. We're not setting that right hip down. This is your last one. Bend the left knee. Take it underneath that window. Open it up all the way. Good. Press into your right heel. Extend that left leg out. And set your bridge all the way down. Whew. Okay. Coming all the way up into Mermaid. This time, your right leg will hook in front and your left leg is going to hook in back. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so right in front, left in back, hands in prayer. Remember your options here. You can have a yoga block under your right hip for more clearance and more range or more movement, room to move. Or your hands can come down. okay? But I want you to try here first. So palms at chest center, press those palms together, okay? We're gonna pick up the left knee and the left ankle at the same time, and we're gonna sweep that leg around, keeping the left knee bent, and then leveling out the pelvis by tapping my left sitting bone. Pick up my left sitting bone and circle that leg out and around. Tap the knee. Pick up the knee and ankle. Sweep it around, tap. Pick it up, sweep it back. Good. So nice mobility, nice range of motion right here. Right? I remember on the other side I talked quite a bit here. That's the nice thing about dividing these routines into 3 segments like this instead of waiting to circle all the way back around. Sometimes I do it that way, but then I tend to forget things, or I come close to forgetting things. So this is kind of nice because we didn't do this Mermaid too long ago. So I remember I talked a lot, and I'm doing it again right now. Good. Pick it up and circle that leg back and around. You've got 4 more. Pick it up, circle it around, tap your sitting bone. This is such good mobility and strengthening work for your hips. So good. Whew. Last 2. Circle it up and around. Or last 2 right here, right? That was one part. Oh, now I'm messing up my counting too. But see, that's what happens when you start to get tired. Good. And last 1, circle it out and around, tap, level the pelvis, pick up the pelvis. This is all the core doing this. Bring it around and tap it down. Now, just the knee and ankle lift. Okay, keep your toe pointed. We don't need to flex it yet. We're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now, you may find, like, wow, one side was I'm more mobile. Like, I could pick it up further. It was easier to activate. I'm on this, my left side is not as strong as my right. Okay, so I can feel that in my body, but that's okay. Very rarely are we symmetrical. Okay, we just want to work on that mobility. That's it, and that strength. Last 4, pick it up, down. Last 3, lift and lower. I am lifting maybe a ½ inch off the floor. That's it. Last 2. Whew. And last 1. Hold this one. Hold it up there. Knee and ankle are lifted. Flex your foot. Now press that heel back. So I'm opening up the front of my left hip. You feel the glute max turn on, right? And you are pretending you're stamping that foot on the back wall. Press that heel into the wall. Press it there. I know the wall's not there, but just pretend. Just pretend. 6, 5. You've got 4. Stay tall. Last 3. Last 2. Oh my gosh. Last 1. And set it down and come on up. All right. I want you to get that pigeon stretch. So we're going to turn to our left, which is going to keep our right leg hooked in front. Okay. Now, in this position, I want you to come over the right leg and set that left quad and those left toes down on the mat. So I've got my right inner thigh shining up. It's hooked in front of my body, and I've got this nice pigeon stretch. If you feel good here on your hands, stay here. If you'd like to come down for a little deeper stretch through that left glute, bring it down to your forearms, okay? And just hold that stretch right there. Whew, and give yourself that stretch. You have earned it at this point. 4. Good. See, we're stretching as we go today. Last 3. Last 2, we're coming into that down dog mobility, hip mobility. All right, so right from here, we're going to place both hands, okay, on the mat, shoulder width apart. You're going to turn your left toes under, and that right leg is going to come back and join the left. Okay, right from here, we're going to bring our legs closer together, and we're going to press back into down dog hold. Okay, now, my right leg is going to lift up and out. So nice long length. And of course, I was going to hit my bar. I knew that. Okay, stay right here. Bend your right knee. Okay, and now we're going to let the right hip open up to the right. Let your right heel come down towards your left glute. Okay, so big hip mobility. Keep your shoulder girdle or your shoulders square to the mat. Okay, you're still looking at your left toes. Hold on to it. You've got 4. Last 3. It should feel good. Last 2. Now square off your hips, but keep the right knee bent. So both hip bones are shining down. Okay, now from here, that right knee is going to circle. Make a big circle with the right knee. Pick a direction. It doesn't matter which way you go because we're going to go both ways. Try to just make that circle as big as you can without changing the position of your down dog or your pelvis. Keep that quiet. 3. Last 2. Okay, take your circle the other way. Big circle the other way. We want mobility in both directions. Whew. Hang on to it. Keep breathing here. Biceps are framing my ear. We've got 3. Last 2. Last 1. Whew. And bring that leg all the way back down. And now we're going to bend our knees. So we're in quadruped, and bring your knees down to the floor. We're going to come straight into that hydrant work. So palms underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Okay, my right leg, we're going to start with those hydrants. Bent lateral lift to the right, and then back down. That leg shakes immediately because it's so tired from all the work. So, like I said, second side, right? It's always usually a little bit harder. You are fatigued, but also this side was stabilizing the whole time. So it was working. It wasn't just hanging out. Never in Pilates, right? The whole body is always working really hard. So you're going to find that shake a lot faster on this side. I want you to watch your weight shift, okay? Both palms are equally heavy right here. Maybe a little heavier in the right palm so that we're sure not to dump into that left leg. All right, hang on. I'm going to count you down. Your pelvis should be quiet. You're here for 4. We're isolating that movement. Last 3. Good. You've got 2. Whew. On your next one, hold that knee up there. Now try to step down to your forearms with the knee lifted. Okay, come down to your forearms. Now that knee is going to circle. Big circle. Pick a direction. Doesn't matter which way you go because we'll go both. We'll go both. Hang on. Big circles. Whew, out and around. Maybe more mobility here than when we were in down dog. You have more stability, right? We're a little closer to the floor. You've got 4. Last 3. Pelvis is really quiet. Last 2. Whew, now I'm going to take my circle the other direction. So just switch it. Switch it. Whew, still keeping the pelvis quiet and still working on that big range of motion. Let's go for 4. Last 3, keep pulling that belly button up and in. Last 2, whew. And last 1, enjoy this because here we go. We're going up onto our feet for that curtsy. Okay, come back to your palms, step up to your feet. The transition there isn't as beautiful as the rest of the workout, right? We're going to be on our feet now. Right foot down. Okay, we're going to find that curtsy. So bring those feet just underneath the hips. Guys, we are so close. You just have one more exercise after this. Hands are going to come to prayer position. We're going to step back with your left leg. So step back, find your curtsy. Remember, right knee tracks between big toe, second toe. It stays behind the toes because I took a big enough step back with my left foot. My left knee is lining up with my right heel. My chest is tall. Come back and tap. Curtsy and tap. Tap that big toe. Curtsy and tap. Good. So that big lift, right? Drawing up and in from the inner thigh, up and into that belly button. Whew. We had a little moment here. So this leg should maybe feel a little bit more fresh. Okay, that right heel is heavier than your right toes. Okay, we're going to go for 4, and then we're going to start with that kick, that bat ma. So if the bat ma is not for you today, last 3, you're going to stay right here with this toe tap. Last 2. Okay, right here. Next one, you're going to curtsy, arms open out to a T, hit that kick. Find your curtsy. Find your kick. Find your curtsy. Find your kick. Woo! All right, hang on, guys. Almost here. The heart rate's going to pick up again. Okay, but that's good because we're getting ready to end this workout. So I'd rather leave you with that heart rate a little higher. We're going to do a really short stretch today because you've done a lot of stretching in this whole workout. Whew! 6. Last 5. Good. You've got 4. Last 3. Nice control here. Last 2. Remember, we've got some holds. Last kick. Right here. Find your curtsy. Find your hold. Right heel, the one in the front, lift and lower. 1 inch and down. It's tiny. It's small. You should feel your right glute. Everything. You should just feel everything right now. We're here for 6. Whoo. 5. Last 4. Don't come out of it. You've got 3. Last 2. On your next 1, oh my God, hold your right heel up. Little pulse. Little pulse of your whole curtsy. I want you to think about your inner thighs like a pair of tweezers. Can you squeeze them and think about picking up a $100 bill? I don't know, maybe that's not enticing enough right now. Hang on for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and come all the way back up. Oh my gosh, I should have had you set your heel down, right? A little more intention on that move would have been nice from me. Oh, shame on me. Okay, feet underneath those hips are tired, right? We're gonna do a little chair pose, okay, to end everything and wrap it all up. Okay, so right from here, I'm gonna give you a side view. Feet under those hips, okay? Draw that belly button up and in. My arms are gonna be long by my side, because we're gonna sit into a squat or a chair pose, and we're gonna bring those arms overhead. So right from here, I want you to think about your 2 sitting bones. We're gonna exhale as we reach down, booty stays above knee height, and then come all the way back up. Whew, exhale. Draw the belly button up and in. I want you to think ribs stacking over pelvis, and then come up on your inhale. Exhale, reach. We got 4 more. Right here, 4, inhale up, exhale, 3, whew, last 2, and up. Okay, on your next one, you're gonna hold. So reach it back, hold. Now, right from here, we're gonna find some spinal flexion. We're gonna keep the legs quiet. I want you to think about flexion through the spine. So right from here, we're gonna start by nodding the chin. Exhale, nod the chin, round the spine, curl the tailbone under the body, and then come back to a flat back. Exhale, round and curl, nod the chin, pull the tailbone under, pull the belly button back, and then come all the way. Good. Exhale, round and curl, and pull it back in. The shoulder blades are gonna wrap your ribs. You've got 3. Exhale. Inhale, release. Last 2. Inhale, release. Woo. Last 1. Guys, don't come out of your squat because we're not done. Come back to that flat back. Right from here, pulse. Pulse. I want you to think right now, send all of your intention to the center of your glutes, those sitting bones. And I want you to feel, close your eyes if you have to, I want you to feel the sitting bones narrow towards the middle of the body. Pull them up toward your spine. Hold on to that sensation for 6. Last 5. Good, you've got 4. Whew. Last 3. You've got 2. Hold your squat on the next one. Bring your arms down. We're gonna hop. This is it. Power through the legs. Pop it up. Find your chair pose. Pop it up. Find your chair pose. Whoo, right here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Whoo, and find your hold. Prayer position. Hold, hold, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come all the way up. Whoo, shake it out. Oh my goodness, way to end it. All right, guys, really quick, stay on your feet. Okay, you're gonna take your legs in a closed parallel position. Take your right leg, cross it in front of your left. Both feet are flat. We're gonna take that right arm now. Left hand can be on the hip. That right arm is gonna lift up and over. And on your inhale, right, you're finding length and finding a nice little C curve. Your right bicep is in front of your ear. Okay, and I'm lengthening, I'm not dumping into my left side, I'm not here, I'm lengthening and lifting up and over. You should feel a nice stretch through the right side of the body in that psoas for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Come back through center. Let's switch sides. Right foot down, left leg in front. Lift it up and over on your inhale. Big lift, lots of length. Lifting those ribs out of the pelvis. 4. Last 3. Last 2. Coming all the way back through center. Now we're going to take those feet. Actually, let's take those feet shoulder width apart before we do anything wider than that. We're going to cross our arms, so make a little box, okay, like you're crossing your arms in front of your body, like you're mad, right? But we're not mad. We feel good, okay? And we're going to hinge. So I want you to soften your knees. Just give them a tiny, tiny baby bend. And now from the hips right here, where the pelvis meets the top of the leg, you're going to fold. Send your sitting bones back. Keep your back flat like you've got a tray of drinks on that back. Roll the shoulders down and back. Pull the belly button in and hold this. I'm going to give you a side view so you can see how flat my back is. Okay, my eyes are on the floor. I'm not trying to look up because we want the spine to be nice and long as well. My belly button's pulled in. It's not just dumping. Okay, and right here, I'm just going to rotate to the right. Come back through center. Rotate to the left. On my inhale, exhale, come back through center. One more time each side. Inhale, rotate. You're thinking about just the ribs, nothing else. Good, and last one to the left. And come all the way back through center. Now right here, I'm going to turn and face you again. We're going to take the legs nice and wide. And keep that fold over. My toes are turned out at a 45. And we're going to bend into an archetypal squat. So we're going to come nice and low as you can in your body. Now release your arms and let the elbows press against those inner thighs. And you're just going to rock a little bit, shimmy a little bit back and forth. Whew, and find some mobility right here. And you're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Whew. And now, bringing your hands to the floor, walk your feet back under your hips. Okay, you can kind of shimmy them back. Both sets of toes are pointed forward. Knees are going to stay soft. And on your inhale, you're going to round and stack that spine. One vertebrae at a time. All the way back to standing. Belly button stays in. Head is the last thing to pick up, guys. And you crushed it. You did it. Another mat Pilates workout. This was not an easy one. I know that. We did not move quickly. We moved very slowly, and that makes it extra intense. But hopefully, I'm hoping through the cues today, because I cued a little deeper than I typically do, I'm hoping that you felt something different, even if it was just one thing, okay? Every time you do your Pilates, I want you to find one cue that resonates with you and think about that, because through other instructors, you're going to hear different things and you're going to pick up different things that work for you and other things that just don't. You're just, I didn't feel it with that cue. And that's fine. Everyone's different. But I want you to find those ones that worked for you so that the next time you go and you hit that pose or that movement, you can think about that cue that resonated with you and get a little deeper every time. You're just going to keep getting stronger from there. And we're in it together. So I love being on this journey with you. It is my passion. Hopefully you can tell that. And I want to hear from you. So if there are things that you're not seeing that you would love to see, or something that you would love to find out a little more about, or maybe you're not feeling it in your body, how can you feel it? Ask me those questions. I'm here for you. You can leave comments below the video. You can find me on social media at Jess P Fit. I am better on Instagram than I am on Facebook. It's just a fact. So Instagram is better for me. What else? If you enjoyed this video and you found something useful, please give it a like. It allows me to keep making more videos for you, which I love doing. And I will see you next time, guys. Also, just a reminder, if you have a reformer at home, I give live workouts once a week via Zoom. The group is very intimate, and I get to connect with you more one-on-one. So if you're interested in those and you have a reformer at your home, you do need a reformer. It's not mat, it's reformer. Please reach out to me. You can reach out to me through Instagram, DM, or through my website, JessPFit, or through YouTube, and I will get back to you with that information. It happens every Friday right now. Okay? I will see you soon. Have a wonderful day.